Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Today's reading is going to be focused on the topic of what will happen in your relationship department in 1 month. This is going to be a reading focused both on people who are in a relationship or with people who are single. And I think I will address each pile in these two perspectives. And I will say which one most likely is the case for you. And the timeline, yeah, as I said, 1 month. That means like from the moment you saw this video, you found it on the internet, till like the next month, and the energies surrounding your situation, and we'll see what's the deal with your cards. I will be taking the tarot deck, like the classical one, and I will be taking as well some oracle cards to clarify your situation. I want to say right off the bat, I really like in-depth readings, and maybe at times they can be actually triggering. So if you know my channel, I like to dive deep and say things as they are. And I don't want to, of course, sugarcoat things. So yeah, um, I think you should know that before you start the reading. Anyways, we have, as usual, four piles. The first pile has labradorite, second has selenite, third has citrine, and fourth has the tiger's eye. Take your time, pick your pile. You can choose multiple if you feel drawn. Yeah, I think I repeated that like in other videos way too many times. Okay, let's begin with the first pile, labradorite. Hello, pile number 1. You chose the labradorite stone. And here we are, the first card is the Page of Pentacles. In accordance with the subject, this will signify new beginnings for me personally. Page of Pentacles as well can indicate a new person or someone who manifests interest towards you. Most likely this pile, I want to say, counting in the fact that you have the King of Cups reversed with the Jester card on top, I feel like you have just either quit a relationship or you were spending a lot of time and energy on a past relationship that you're no longer maintaining. Now, the issue with that relationship, it feels to me like, first of all, either this is a water sign you have been with, or you just broke up with, but they weren't serious, they weren't committed. And with the argument card, lightning, I feel a decision has been made. And the lack of commitment came from the Knight of Pentacles. You have the Magician and the World, very powerful cards. This reading is going to as well speak about empowerment, which really comes down to you taking on the initiative of changing things. And as a result of this initiative, you are going to be welcoming a new phase where you are going to um, make the slate clean again, wipe the slate clean. And with the Page of Pentacles, it's like this feeling of freshness or abandoning a very difficult situation that you felt was really weighing you down, and moving on to one that is more like self-empowered. Because of the Magician, I can say this can very much be the case, like with lightning as well. I decided I will be happy, I decided I will invest in myself. That's the feeling, or it's as if you have taken off the actual responsibility to feel happy off of this person. It could be the case that this is going to unfold in this next month, or that you have already like started doing this, but I feel like the next month is going to be like kickstarting these changes, or making them happen, or they will start taking their effect on you. And it's a very beneficial energy, or a very positive or optimistic reading. I feel like you're going to be done with something, because I saw the Queen of Wands. It's as if Queen of Wands people in reverse remind me of someone who is or can have like a breakdown or a sort of an angry or rage moment that makes them powerfully empowered to change something. And I think this can be the case, but ultimately you're headed towards the Nine of Cups. I want to stress out the fact that it doesn't hint out the of Cups, but Nine of Cups is still a very good card. That means you're going to be reestablishing a level of comfort back into your life. That means you're not going to be expecting people to make comfort or to make you comfortable, and you're going to do that on your own, and you're going to feel very confident about making it so. As well, we have the Nine of Pentacles, a very independent card. The Empress. The Empress is in reverse, and I felt distinctly like you are specifically detaching from the idea of I need a person right now to feel better, or as I said, you are taking off the responsibility off of this person or a potential person to change your life for the better, or it's as if you are like giving up on the idea of someone coming in and rescuing you. It's a very comfy, like comfortable type of feeling I get in this reading. It's a very like it's not comfortable in the sense of it's not static, it's a very dynamic change that I see directly or specifically in regards to relationships. And for some people as well, with the Three of Cups, this can be related to even friends or your close proximity and who are the people who you're going to let in. The Page of Pentacles as well can mean that you'd much rather be alone than with someone that is not um, right for you, you know? It's very like huge independence comes in here, and it's as if like it's okay if I'm gonna be alone, it's a very also tired energy, tired of the manipulation or tired of the abundance of people who seemingly disappoint you in cycles. But I want to say one great thing in here. It's specifically related to the High Priestess card and the of Swords reversed. I feel like you are going to be discovering yourself, and you're going to be dropping some anxiety or fear, and you're going to be taking things into your own hands, and this is going to come in very much alignment with your own inner voice, inner guidance, or intuition, because the High Priestess is a card of like this inner voice or um, personal wisdom that is going to be guiding you out of situations. Now it feels to me like this pile had some very strange situations with people. Like I feel like a sort of entanglement or relationships or communications or even interactions that were not supposed to be there of sorts, or it's not that, but it's more like it feels to me like some relationships were actually weighing you down, and in the next month you're going to be dropping them. And I feel like this is going to make you very happy for some reason, because it will show you that you don't have to be with anyone if they don't fit, or if they feel like they're not the right type for you, or if they feel like um, there is something off about them. I feel like you're coming into more alignment with your own preferences, your own boundaries, and you're going to be more picky as well as more determined to invite the right people into your life. And I feel like this is like a personal project of sorts, which is going to kickstart a lot of um, change and happiness into your life and stability at that because of the stool card. It feels to me like in relationships specifically, you're not going to wait on something to happen, and most likely you're going to jump in and make the actual like active changes, The Fallen is like and with this representation, it's like you're no longer expecting someone, as I said, to rescue you, and you most likely are going to feel very happy that you can actually see an investment that you have made, and for the investment to pan out in your own favor. Right now, aside from the message of someone showing up, I do not see a lot of connections in your future, but it's a very like beginning type of energy, or it's like a cleansing of sorts, where you really can't expect a lot of new interactions or new people into your life. This doesn't mean that this is going to be forever, but it feels to me like the next month is going to be more so about yourself, about what you can explore, and about what you like and don't like, because of the Nine of Cups. It's like a card of, I wanna choose something, I wanna filter it out and let it in my world if I really want to, or if I don't want to feel like I'm obliged to do so. It's a very I'm building my own type of, like, I'm building my own house, or I'm building my own game and my own rules to it. So while this can be a more like lonely type of reading for the first pile, I think that ultimately what you're doing in the next month is setting the foundations for something which is more of a right fit for you. And that means you're not going to be letting like life, relationships specifically for this reading go um, where the wind blows. It feels to me like you're going to be honoring your own preference, and you're not going to let uh, everything or everyone into your life just because you came in contact with them. So ultimately, with the Nine of Pentacles, it's a satisfaction of sorts, which can be considered also materially oriented. But with the Nine of Cups, for sure, I can say this is also emotional satisfaction or gratitude. I feel like you are going to experience levels of gratitude in the next month, with the idea that I have made it myself. I have made it work myself. I have finally uh, um, detached, or I have finally got myself out of the drama or of some issues with like a, can be really a very narcissistic individual. And it feels to me like this for many will play out as a very like long term or past partner who you were very entangled with for some reason, like energetically or emotionally, to be more precise, like in this case. So that's all. Overall, I see a very like optimistic outlook and a clearing of sorts in your reading. I hope you really enjoyed the reading. That was all for you, pile number one. If you did like it, please like, comment, and subscribe. And I really hope to see you in my future videos. Bye. Hello and welcome, pile number two, Selenite Crystal. You have the card of the Two of Cups. Now, the Two of Cups, it's a card of agreements, as well relationships, like a very special type of relationships with one person. And I feel like distinctly this pile, if you're not planning on dating, I think this is not for you. But I have such an abundance of characters in this reading. We have the Page of Wands, we have the King of Wands reversed, as well as the Emperor reversed, and what else? And Page of Pentacles and Knight of Wands. Okay, we have a lot of fire, lots of fire energy, and I feel like someone distinctly in this pile is going to meet one person and they're going to be dating them. If you are single, if you are not single, if you are in a relationship already, I feel like you have a lot of choices or a lot of people who just try to ask you out, be with you, whatever. I feel an overly abundant social life in the next month for some reason. But the thing is, not every single one of them are actually worthy, and I feel like a lot of them are actually not your match, or they're quite like with many red flags in here. And I feel like you're going to recognize that, and that will be the reason why you're going to be focusing on one person specifically. With a daring card, lucky as well, and quest, I feel like you're going to be finding a special type of person who's going to be fitting you emotionally wise. This is going to be a very emotional connection. Now, it's really a beginning. With this one, it feels like it's something new. It feels to me like it's something very fresh. And now the thing is, I have the inexperienced card, and the Five of Cups and the Devil card. It feels to me like you're very aware or more insightful when it comes to sorting people out from your life or in your life. I feel like you're going to be more experienced than this person, and this person is going to have like very strong feelings of attachment towards you. Because the Devil card is as well like one of addiction, but I will go ahead and say that you maybe will be careful with that person as well, because it will feel like you are going to foresee some either patterns or predispositions or things going in certain ways, and you're going to not take it so like emotionally strong like from the beginning. I feel like we're dealing in here with a person who is very either guarded or knows a lot about relationships and potential traps. It feels to me like with the Emperor card, either you are going to be turning down an offer from a very significant ex, or it's like a very seductive type of offer from a person which is going to be like refused. Okay, I would say to not hang out with the people who you deemed as red flags or having red flags. Definitely, because this is encouraging you to not focus on the players, like players type of people, because you haven't here sarcastic, you haven't here corrupt, and I feel like you have a lot of people like this is speaking to me of dating, right? So you have a lot of surface people you're going to be interacting with or coming in contact with, and it feels to me like it's not worth it. Like the corrupt card, like you're going to be catching these red flags, seeing those small little details which are going to be speaking to you that this person or these people are not going to be for you. Though it feels to me like an overly abundant like social life is waiting for you in this next month. And it feels to me like with the Four of Swords, you are either going to be encouraged by some people, or it's as if like this thought, let's try it out, or let's not miss on the opportunities. It feels to me like you're not going to be missing anything specifically because it's going to be like a gut feeling to not go for it. But with some one special person in your life, you're going to have this like daring card is like either you or this person is going to manifest initiative, but it's going to be a very distinct quality of initiative that is not going to be speaking of the red flags type of thing, of which we saw in the actual like other fiery like type of wands card. Because it feels to me like you are going to be dealing with a lot of people who are wanting to be with you, but their attraction towards you is strictly based on passion and physical attraction and interest, which is very like light and fleeting. It's also a very strong feeling of be wary of people who are wanting to only have fun and to just leave you. And I feel like you have a good guidance to sort these types of people out. I feel like you have to take it lightly. This one person you're going to be with or that you're already with, you're going to be deepening that relationship, but I want to stress out the fact that you should be doing that in a very slow paced manner. Because of the Temperance card, I want to say don't rush and don't make things happen all at once, because I feel like there has to be a slow paced mentality in this evolution of your feelings or of this relationship, for everything to not happen all at once and therefore be boring, or to feel like um, we kind of spoiled the relationship because it went out like and it burned itself out. Like it feels like a literal burnout, or someone wanting to make things more apparent or clear by accelerating things. Don't do that. It's like a little warning in here. And Ten of Cups, it's like don't worry, don't make things or decisions out of fear, especially with this person, and let it all unfold in its own unique timing, meaning that you don't have to make specific choices or actions that would accelerate something, right? Yeah, you have in here quest, and it felt to me like specifically in regards to this person, you're going to be spending a lot of time together. I feel like this is a card of doing things together, like for example cooking or going out outside, or dining out together, going to movies, as well. And you're going to be feeling very special, like it's a very spring type of energy of renewal, or like even like romantic stuff or stuff like that. But and you could be even potentially moving a lot with this person, meaning that you could be going places with this person and visiting stuff. But I feel like this is going to be a narrowing of sorts, like a narrowing of choices, and a narrowing of people in your life, who is going to take on this special role, like one person, not a lot of people. And I feel like you'll recognize who I'm talking about by the sheer fact that this person gets you, okay? And as well, this is going to be a very emotional type of connection. And this is not going to be rushed. This is not going to be exclusively based on passion, like the physical one, or, I feel like this one is going to be like connection, and this person truly gets me, and we're not in a rush to do anything. Really careful, as I said, like with the Emperor, of some rushed decisions or seductive choices or promises from someone. As I said, like this could be an ex coming back and saying, we could start over, or we can change things. I feel like you should be abandoning this choice at all, because it will feel very, very like so deliciously like seductive to go in there and actually accept it, or it will feel like it's too good to be true. And I feel like you have to really slow down and think about it. Do I really need it? Do I really feel like this is the right thing? And if it will feel like a desperacy of sorts, or it will feel like decide now, or I'm giving it all to you in this moment, and if you refuse, or if you waited too much, I will go away, or something like this. Don't accept it, because it feels to me like you can be manipulated by one individual who is going to say like, you just have to respond, like you just have to agree, and right now, like I'm not giving you a lot of time because I don't want to like let it like go down. Or yeah, take your time, listen to yourself in this case, and really don't take a risk. Like don't take a risk that feels like, if I'm gonna take it, it's going to be a big win. No, in this case, more like listen to yourself, listen to your own timing, and make things happen, not out of desperation necessarily, but out of your own choice, because you felt like this was the right thing for you, no matter the actual outcome. So that was all, pile number 2. I hope you enjoyed the reading. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I really hope to see you in the future videos. Bye. Hello, pile number 3. I hope you are ready to be entertained, because honestly, I have quite a message for you. First card that went out in the reading was the Page of Cups. And this gave me the idea that you're going to be either dating or meeting someone new, or this can be that you have just met with someone new and now you are developing the relationship. Now, hear me out. This is a very positive reading, to be honest. Like, I'm so happy. I cannot tell you. But I feel like there is going to be like an exhaustion almost, because you're going to feel so much like either love or romantic feelings, or this can be an exhaustion due to butterflies in the stomach. Why am I saying that? Because I saw the bake sale card, the ludicrous, the desolate as well, and the tipsy. Tipsy, it feels to me like you're going to be drunken in love. Okay. And that's this Page of Cups, like cups. It feels to me like either you're going to be dating a person, or having like a very, very exciting period of love or romantic feelings. It almost feels like this person is going to be so sensitive and so accessing their inner child to such a degree that you're going to feel like okay, this person is feeling so happy with me. Like it's almost like with desolate, it's like a almost a feeling of desperacy with that person showing their like inner world or how they feel, like how excited they feel. And with bake sale, it's like it's going to be a very like honeymoon type of phase for you. I see an abundance in feelings with the King of Cups, the Sun in here. Even though it was in reverse, I feel like this is more so the inner child, or it's as if you're going to be bringing out either your feelings of innocence, or like it will be a childlike excitement with that person. The Five of Pentacles, I feel like finally, after such a long time, either your finances or you're going to be feeling like you have made an actual accomplishment in the fact that you're feeling this way right now, right? I feel like you're going to feel abundant. Either it is, as I said, with money or with the feelings that you're going to be experiencing. Um, I saw the movie card in here, so it can be that you're going to be going out with that person. And funnily enough, I saw in here the smooth and legs. So I feel like some of you in here are going to be taking care of you extremely, like to some extreme degree in the next month. You're going to be preoccupied of how you're going to look. And with the magician in reverse, I feel like almost some people are going to feel like going into extremes with that. Like it will feel like you're going to be working either on your like image or your impression that you give to that person, that it is going to be almost like manipulative for some reason. That's what I felt. It's a very funny energy, to be honest, but that was what I was seeing. It feels like you are wanting to look at your best, and for many this will go like in their external looks, you know. Anyways, I feel like you're going to shine, you know, with the Wheel of Fortune. It feels to me like for some people, the person is going to be not necessarily worthy, but the effort that you're going to invest in that is going to be far superseding the actual like relationship. Like it feels to me like it's going to be a very, very, very important person in your life. And it will almost feel like with the Queen of Wands, like you are going to want an acceleration of sorts, or you're going to be very impatient, you know? Anyways, I feel like it's going to be a very fun time for you. Three of Pentacles, this might suggest that you might be spending a lot of time with this person and not so much with your actual friends or with family or with um, acquaintances, you know. Knight of Cups, you know, reverse. It's a feeling as if you are going to be way, way too occupied with this relationship that you're not going to be having time for the other stuff, and you're going to be like exclusively investing energy in that person, and there is not going to be much space like open for other people, you know, which can be a good thing. I want to say and stress out the aspect of don't overwork yourself, or just give yourself some moments of time in here, because it feels to me like you can't be that person to live everything all at once. And with the Empress in reverse, this can mean that you have to take your time and be more calm or steady in the feelings, and don't rush. It feels to me like Eight of Wands, the rush is already there, or the acceleration or the actual pace is already like high enough, like it's very quick, so you don't have to add more how do you say velocity, I don't know, I forgot. I don't have You don't have to give it even more speed because it's already heading in a very fast like paced direction, you know. um I want to say that you have as well this Six of Pentacles. So this can be the case of someone who transfers unconsciously their money into like feelings. That means the better you feel, the more finances you're going to experience. Like, oh my God, the more money you're going to invite into your life, or it's going to feel like you are capable of um, turning mountains upside down, something like this. Like you are ready to conquer the world if you feel like you're in love, you know? And this is like it's a very high a very powerful spike in your emotions in this next month. If you are dating someone, or if you are already like feeling the person that I'm talking about, then most likely they are the one. If you are not, however, this means that you're going to find this person. It's going to feel like, it feels to me in this reading, it's going to be a very compulsion type of thing. You know, it's going to be like almost like a trap in a good way. It will feel like you are going to be lured in this relationship, but eventually, or fundamentally, it's going to be your emotions which are going to be luring you towards jumping into that. And it kind of comes with a little warning in here to not overdo yourself, or to not dive into this wholeheartedly, like to such an extent that you're no longer like attuned to yourself and you're like going all in recklessly. You know, it's like a little warning in here to ground yourself heavily, because it feels to me like you're going to be flying like in the clouds for some reason in the next month, and it's going to be because of the abundance of the feelings that you're going to be having. And yeah, Knight of Cups in reverse, don't place too much expectations right now, not because they are not realizable, but you have to let everything simmer out a bit. You know, even with this relationship, you have to live these moments of like the honeymoon phase, right? But you have to be as well very cool-headed with this person, with this relationship, for you to basically predict or to see the situation clearly, and from all the perspectives available to you. It's a little bit of it's like a bit of a discrepancy between you accessing two polarities. Either you are too passionate about it, either you're too emotional about it. It's a very powerful surge in energy or emotion in this case. And yeah, I feel like the Temperance card is urging you to ground yourself, and the Wheel of Fortune as well is saying that you have to be careful and consider the actual timing, or the actual uh, pace, or the, yeah, as I said, timing of the actual events into your life. So that means specifically, if you have something going on into your life as a side thing, for example, if you have a personal project, or if you have your life going and this relationship comes in and catches you off guard and you feel so much, don't let other aspects of your life go off, or don't let other aspects in the shadows, or don't abandon them just because you enter this relationship. Like, don't jump into it with the idea that you are going to give it all. You can do that, but you have to be as well a little bit more independent, or to rely on your other sources of happiness or fulfillment. You know, don't bet everything on this relationship, just enjoy it, rightfully so. And I guess don't abandon any other spheres of your life in this next month, and create this attitude of wholeness. You know, I will nurture this relationship, I will nurture this project that I have on the side, I will nurture the relationships with other people as well, because the Three of Pentacles reversed, like as I said, with friends, don't neglect other connections, and don't take or don't bet everything on this current one that you're going to be experiencing. Or yeah, it's a balance thing that I want to mention in here. Ultimately, for it to not throw you off balance, because people in this pile might be having this tendency to give it all to something, and later on, like, give it all to something, abandon something else, and then kind of end up in a little bit of a imbalance of sorts, where they focused only on one thing exclusively. And in your case, it will be this relationship, you know, careful about this aspect. So I think that's all, pile number 3. I hope you enjoyed the reading. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. And I really hope to see you in the future videos. Bye. Hello, pile number 4. You have the Tiger's Eye crystal. And the first central card is going to be the Star in reverse. And because it's a naked card, and your pile has the most naked figures cards of all. I covered it with the Hermit, okay? Now, the Star in reverse makes me think that you are going to undergo a lot of healing. And on top of that, don't click off, but I think like you're going to be alone, right now at least, for this period of time. I feel like rightfully so, this is a period of time where you'll have to be alone for the sake of your own healing or introspection, especially with this Hermit. I feel like it can be a little bit of exhaustion in here, but it's definitely a lot of healing, specifically because of the Three of Swords being reversed. I feel like this is not going to be a month of much socialization and much more about self-love and examining yourself and doing introspection kind of work. And I think that with the World card as well, again, a naked card. Oh God, I think this is gonna get me in trouble. Like, I feel like you're going to either communicate with a lot of people on the social medias, okay? Yeah. You have the avocado card, which I didn't know even existed, and manipulative and cappuccino. Yeah. Now, these cards were on the spectrum of the self-love I felt that you're going to experience. You have the glorified, the fork, and the mentor. Some of you are actually going to consult a wise person. This can be represented by the hermit, as well as a mentor. This is someone who might be actually helping you out. This can mean actually for many online mentor or an online figure or teacher you're going to be listening to. But I feel like this pile is very comfy and very comfortable with the idea of being by themselves, very cozy at home, like these nights with blankies and being by yourself and watching movies, for example. And I don't think this is going to be a stressful experience overall for you, but I feel like you're going to be having to wait it all out with the Death card. And with this Eight of Cups, I feel like you're going to move eventually, like change the setup right now, even if for a time it is necessary for you to be alone and to rethink a lot of stuff, you know? I feel like heavily this is a closing of a cycle, and it's a cycle where you might have felt like repeating something, or you might have felt like, you know, not much was happening in your life, or it can be actually even the opposite, where so much was happening or so much you had to deal with on your plate that you just needed a break. And this is finally the case where you'll be having like this long waited break. Okay. The Five of Pentacles in here can also represent like a feeling of nothing is actually happening, you know, or no one is reaching out. But doesn't necessarily mean that you honestly have to do something if you don't feel like it, in the sense of you don't have to force yourself to go out, or you don't have to force yourself to socialize, or yeah, whatever. This is a period of, as I said, self-love and focus on yourself, you know. I feel like there are instances in here with these two character cards, the King of Wands reversed and Page of Pentacles, people who would want to communicate or would want to take you out outside, or take you on, let's say, a date maybe, or someone who's really interested in taking you out of the house, you know. But it feels to me like the decision or the willingness is not going to be there for you. And something else about this palette, I don't know if I mentioned it or not, but it feels to me like you're going to indulge for some reason. You're going to be indulging, and it's going to be a healthy thing, especially with this Ten of Swords. Like, I think you had a rough time as of late, and you really need like this separation of swords or solitude, you know. The difference in here between solitude and loneliness is going to be that the solitude is choice, where the loneliness is more so a forced scenario. And it feels to me like this pile doesn't have this urge to isolate or compulsion, or they're not necessarily forced by their circumstances to be isolated. They would choose this option because they would like some space. I feel like with the manipulative card, it will, like, you'll get a lot of insights either from you or from that wise person or mentor that are going to speak to you about the necessities or the needs that you have that you can meet by yourself. And you are going to realize that there is a degree of happiness you can actually create by yourself, and you don't need to rely on someone else's um, approval, validation, or meeting of that need. And I feel like this is going to be a step into realizing your own empowerment or independence for some, and it's going to feel like something completely new. Um, yeah, that's at least what I saw in here with this card, and it's as if with the manipulative, you're going to fall into a category of people who are more so comfortable with getting things by themselves and not letting others necessarily like meet those needs and creating that expectation in the first place. I feel like this is a positive reading overall, like this is not a bad type of thing, and I don't feel like you should be worried about the time in which you're going to spend this um, break, from people. Especially with this Nine of Cups, it will feel like it's a very comfortable, like expanding or keeping your comfort zone. And with this Queen of Swords, it's like there was a feeling of, I don't want to let people in. It's that kind of thing where you can be very selective, you can be very guarded with this Seven of Wands. Like, I don't want to let people in, like, I want to live this comfort by myself. This is a period of reading books, watching movies, knitting, listening to podcasts, or really cooking and listening to a lot of music. And it's definitely a very like cozy atmosphere, I feel. And it's going to unfold in this next month. And I don't feel like you're going to regret it, or I don't feel like you're going to be sad about the fact that you're going to be alone for a while, but it's not going to be suffocating, it's not going to be a loneliness type of thing. As I said, with the Death card, and especially with the Hermit, those of you who are engaging in practices such as meditation, chanting, or yoga, or something that requires you to be on your own to practice it, I feel like you're going to get a boost, or you're going to realize some insight, some new insight, or a new dimension of information about yourself, or it's about self-awareness, which is going to make you step into a new quality of yourself, meaning that, you perhaps were one person when you entered this phase of like loneliness, not loneliness, solitude, sorry. And then when you exited, you appeared as a completely different person, or you worked on something that made people realize that you're not the same as you were. And I feel like this pile feels to me like it's very selective or very introverted at times. Of course, this pile is very introverted, but specifically this one is like, can be at times to the extreme where you can live on, you can live your own pains and discomforts in your own like silence, which can be quite, for some, I feel like a little bit not abusive, but it's not the best scenario. Or it's a feeling of digesting things, digesting experiences, and not wanting anyone to interrupt or anyone to get bothered by the inner world that I'm currently experiencing. So yeah, careful with that. Of course, you should be listening to yourself in that regard, but I just wanted to go ahead and say that this pile might have people who can be available and would very much so appreciate and love you opening up to them, and that you're not a burden, and that your experiences can, like even negative ones, can have this effect of a deepening of a relationship. And careful to not miss it if you want to like open up about something with people, and for you to make yourself feel seen, understood, and like you developed a deeper understanding or a greater depth in your relationship. with a friend, maybe with a partner, whatever the case may be for you. So that was all pile number 4. I hope you enjoyed the reading. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I really hope to see you in the future videos. Take care.